Rebelle 5, as was earlier, doesn't come with this shape feature or vector shape feature, which will be super useful with masks. Well, how to create a vector shape feature? Go to another application. I'm using Affinity Designer. Doesn't have to be, of course, it could be Photoshop, any other application. File and New, and the key thing is transparent background. So transparent background, and there you can see it, transparent background. Now with this design, I can go to File and Export. And I'm going to save it as a PNG format. That's great because it allows for transparent backgrounds. So just done that and go back to Rebelle. Now in Rebelle, what I need to do, File and Import. Now it would be nice also if there was a feature to actually store away these images into a library or something so you could just bring them back very quickly. As far as I'm aware, there isn't. You've got reference images, but it's still would be nice as a store or a library feature. However, click OK. And now I'm going to turn this into a masking feature. So I'm just going to go over here, but I'm going to select in the layers panel, and that's in the window menu, just to drag that down. And the test is the actual mask layer that I want to use. So mask fluid there, click there, mask opaque, go with that one. And you see it locks it. So you see an M and you see that lock. And also you see this influence layer. This is the layer that I'm going to paint on. Well, what I'm going to do, just going to go over here, watercolors. I'm just going to add a watercolor effect. Now, sometimes what happens, it doesn't allow for the cursor. So you can see now I'm drawing inside there. Cursor suddenly vanishes. Not certain why. My apologies for that. Just seems to be with Rebelle, it just seems to do it. And now you can see what happens. It just goes out. And it will hit that point, it will hit that circle, all those drips, everything will stop. And you can see it just turning actually in some places, just there. Now there's the mouse does turn up occasionally. Other times it doesn't. I'm not certain why that is the case. But anyway, it's just stopping at that actual circle. And once you've done that, you can pause that. I'm just going to pause it now. So paused, and also I'm going to dry the layer. And I can just go over here and I can click there and you can see that there's where the circle was. It just bounces off the edge, just hits that. Also, you can do outside as well. So you can go over here again to say watercolor and you can, if you can see where the mouse is, and you can paint, say outside as well. And I'm just going to paint around the edge, say just down there because it's got the tilt. You can see the tilt there. It's just going to spread upwards. Let's put some water so it just quickly just adds to that. And now, once I've done that, I'm going to just make certain that it's not paused, otherwise it's just not going to do it. We just have to remember to always stop that. And you can see as it's there, and then stop it. And I'm just going to dry the layer. And you can see what happens. It just stops at this layer again, this mask. So this mask around here just is a great barrier feature. Well, you can use it obviously other masks and designs, but for this, for creating a shape, a solid shape, it's great for creating those sort of things. And again, if you want to, just deselect that and you can see again, you've got that edge applied there. Obviously all the rest goes out. So you can apply outside as well as inside with that circle design. You can create some great shapes. And of course you can use circles, stars, any shapes, but with a strong, very strong black shape. Of course, you can use masks in other ways as well, but that's for shapes. So once you've done that, what you can also do, you can bring it back. Now, you should, and I have done this, and I'm not going to, what's going to happen, probably it will not work. You should be able to go to there, unlock this layer, and then drag this layer. Just make certain you select the transform and move it. Now, sometimes when I've been running this in tutorials, it doesn't. Click OK. Now I've repositioned it. Then I can apply again, go over here to the watercolors, and I can apply again the watercolor to that's in the circle. And I also apply it, and you will see again it will be stopping at that edge. However, I have noticed it doesn't always work. Sometimes it just fails to move. And the key thing is make sure it's locked. That's the key thing. If it's not locked, this is the setup you need. You need the M and you need the lock, and then you can apply the brushed to that top layer there that's influenced. And again, let's just apply that. Oh, I've got the mouse back again. Sometimes it doesn't. The mouse, for some weird reason, with Rebelle, seems to have a tendency just to disappear. I don't know why. It must be processing doing something else, but it does have a tendency just to suddenly mysteriously disappear. And again, that go in there and it will hit that edge, and that's as far as it goes. And again, dry the edge, and you can see again it's just done that. And I'll just deselect that, and you can see it's there. So you can move that shape around as well, but it's best way to describe it is quirky. Sometimes it just refuses to move. Well, hope you found this a tutorial of interest. Always adding new tutorials all the time. Thank you much.